hum, hum, hum. The gorilla in the zoo says thump, thump, thump. Roar, trumpet, hum, thump. The hippo in the zoo says splash, splash, splash. The crocodile in the zoo snap, snap, snap. The rhino in the zoo says snort, snort, snort. The leopard in the zoo says growl, growl, growl. The monkey in the zoo says ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Splash, snap, snort, growl, ooh, ah. The flamingo in the zoo says honk, honk, honk. The ostrich in the zoo says boom, boom, boom. The baboon in the zoo says bark, bark, bark. The antelope in the zoo says bleat, bleat, bleat. Hunt, boom, bark, bleat. The meerkat in the zoo says chirp, chirp, chirp. The snake in the zoo says hiss, hiss, hiss. The warthog in the zoo says grunt, grunt. The wildebeest in the zoo says moo, moo, moo. Chirp, hiss, grunt, moo. The jackal in the zoo says howl, howl, howl. The owl in the zoo says hoot, hoot, hoot. The camel in the zoo says groan, groan, groan. The porcupine in the zoo says squeak, squeak, squeak. Howl, hoot, groan, squeak. The buffalo in the zoo says bellow, bellow, bellow. The eagle in the zoo says screech, screech, screech. The frog in the zoo says ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. The tortoise in the zoo says stop, stop, stop. Bellow, screech, ribbit, stop. The hyena in the zoo says laugh, laugh, laugh. The peacock in the zoo says scream, scream, scream. The kangaroo in the zoo says thud, thud. The panda in the zoo says chomp, chomp, chomp. The penguin in the zoo says squawk, squawk, squawk. Laugh, scream, thud, chomp, squawk. The cheetah in the zoo says zoom, zoom, zoom. The koala in the zoo says snort, snort, snort. The raccoon